Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK...
Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the public hearings of the TRRC. Imam, you have the floor if you can offer some prayers, please.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alayhim ghayril maghdubi 'alayhim waladdallin. Falillahil hamdu rabbus samawati wa rabbul ardi rabbul alamin wa lahul kibriya'u fis samawati wal ardi wa huwa azizul hakim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
Amen. Shukran, Imam Jalal. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God of power and might, the creator and sustainer of all humankind throughout the whole face of the globe, we continue to depend upon your graciousness, your mercy, your sympathy, your compassion, and your love upon all human beings throughout the whole face of the globe. And we continue to submit our sittings of the TRRC to you, and submit all the witnesses that will appear in this sitting, that you shall grant them the willpower to be able to speak the truth with boldness, and also grant the commission the discerning spirits to discern between truth and falsehood. We continue to beg that you grant the population and those within the diaspora the patience, the spirit of patience, to allow the due process to take its proper course. And Lord, you being the just judge, you reward each and everyone accordingly. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Odeko. Councillor, you may proceed if you're ready with this morning's witness.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and members of the audience. Mr. Kambi, kindly bring in the witness, please.
I, Basiru C,
man Basiru si
Man Basiru si.
do swear that
maa ngi waat ne
maa ngi waat ne.
I'll speak the truth,
dinaa wax dëgga
dinaa wax dëgga.
the whole truth,
dëgga bi yépp
dëgga bi yépp.
and nothing but the truth.
duma fi wax leneen lu dul dëgga
duma fi wax leneen lu dul dëgga.
So help me God.
kon yàlla dimbale ma
kon yàlla dimbale ma. Bismillah.
Mr. C, welcome to the TRRC. Mr. C, welcome to the TRRC.
Mr. C ñu ngi laa dalal fii ci TRRC
Thank you for agreeing to testify.
jërëjëf li nga nangu pour ñëw joxe fi sa seede
You are called to testify about your work in the NIA.
dañ la oo fii pour nga joxe fi sa seede lu aju ci sa liggéey ci NIA
Especially the unit that you worked for, special operations.
surtout fànn bi nga xam ne moom nga doon liggéey ñu ko special operations
And some of the things that special operations were called to do during the period before this current government.
ak it yenn ci nga xam ne ñu ngi leen doon oo pour ngeen def ko ci seen wàlli liggéey balaa nguur gu bees gi di taxaw
We would also talk about some of the operations that you participated in.
dinañ waxtaanee tamit yenn ci yëngu yi nga xam ne yow sa boppa bokkoon nga ci
So are you ready to commence your testimony?
ndax pare nga nag pour commencer joxe sa seede
Before you start, I have to warn you that it is a criminal offense under the laws of this country to lie on the oath.
balaa ngaa tàmbali dama la bëgg a dénku woon la ne luwaa réew mi bu fekkee ne waat nga ba pare nga wax fi lu doonul dëgga bon yàq nga luwaa bi
It is also an offense to provide false information to the TRRC.
te it yàq luwaa tamit pour joxe fi ay xibaar yoo xam ne doonul dëgga fii ci TRRC
Are you aware of that?
ndax yëg nga loolu
waaw xam naa loolu.
I know that. Thank you very much.
jërëjëf
Mr. C, give me your full names, please.
Mr. Si wax ma sa tur ak sa sant
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah. maa ngi tudd Basiru si.
My name is Basiru C. Place and date of birth?
fan nga juddoo ak kañ nga juddoo
I juddoo Banjul.
I was born in Banjul,
the 6th of July 1979.
6th of July 1979. Where did you go to school?
fan nga jàngee school
maa ngi def suma primary school Campama primary school.
I did my primary school at the Kampawa Primary School.
ma def suma middle school Crab Island.
I went to Crab Island Middle School,
then ma jeexale Muslim High School.
and I completed at the Muslim High School. What did you do after completion?
gannaaw boo jeexalee Muslim High School lan nga def
te dama doon dimbale suma paa bi di jàngale daara si kër gi foofu noonu.
I was assisting my father to teach Quranic. I was helping my dad at the Quranic school at home. And then, did you take up any government employment?
ndax am na benn liggéey boo xam ne def nga ko ci nguur gi
waaw.
Yes. Which work did you do?
ban liggéey nga def
te si la join army bi Gambian National Army.
After that, I joined the Gambian National Army. Which year?
ban at la woon
2001.
In 2001. When did you discharge from the army?
kañ nga bàyyi ci wàllu liggéey soldat bi
army bi 2001 after ma serve 12 years ma bàyyi on the 13th of February 2013.
I served for 12 years and I was discharged on the 13th of February 2013. You left at what rank?
Ban mahama nga fa baye?
I left with the rank of corporal.
I left with the rank of a corporal. During your service, did you happen to travel out of the country to do any work?
Jamono ji nga liggéey ndax mënon nga tukki génn réew mi pour def fa ben liggéey foofu?
Yes, I traveled. I went on a peacekeeping mission. Where?
Fan?
Sudan, Gamkoy 3.
I went to Sudan, Gamkoy 3. What do you mean by Gamkoy?
Bone Gamkoy, lulu lum teki?
Gamkoy money
Gambian company?
Yeah, Gambian contingent 3.
Okay.
The third contingent which was there.
Means the Gambian contingent 3. And when did you, for how long did you serve in peacekeeping?
Peacekeeping bobu nga defon nonu ñaata appa nga fa am?
For 6 months. It was AU, African Union.
I spent 6 months on the African Union mission. And which year was that?
Ban at la won?
I believe it was 2006.
I believe it was 2006. Okay. And when did you join the NIA, having left the Gambian National Army in 2015, in 2013?
Binga baye Gambian National Army 2013. Kanga boka ci NIA bi?
I joined the NIA 2015.
You were speaking in Wolof, weren't you?
Well, I joined the NIA in 2015.
I joined the NIA in 2015. And did you do any training?
No, ben janga bo xam nga def nga ko ci.
Well, basic recruit training in the NIA.
Yes, we had our basic recruit training at the NIA. When did you finish?
Kañ nga ko jeexal?
After 6-7 months.
That was after 6 to 7 months. And after completing the training, where were you deployed?
Bi nga matale janga bobu nak fan lañ la ebal pour nga liggéey fa?
Special operation.
Then I was attached to the Special Operations Unit. We want to understand the structure of the Special Operation and the membership during that time you were there.
Jamono janga fa nekké dañ bëgga xam béré bi nga wax ne special operation la ñan ñoo fa nekkon?
Who was the leader? Who was the head of Special Operations?
Kan mo jité won Special Operations bobu?
OC bi mo nekkon Lamin Dabo.
Our OC was Lamin Dabo. What do you mean by OC?
OC?
Officer Commanding. Followed by who?
Ku ci topon?
You have Babukar Sala.
Babukar Sala. And who else?
You have Tamba Mansare.
Tamba Mansare.
You have Alassane Balde.
Alassane Balde.
You have Jibril Kanyi.
Jibril Kanyi.
You have Aliou Soumare.
Aliou Soumare.
Then you have Echo.
Echo.
I believe it's Louis Mendy or Luis Gomez, something like that.
Proceed.
Egali.
You were in the same office.
We were in the same office. And yourself, Basiru?
Sir, I'm not telling
you.
Is there a person called Omar Sane?
I'm Omar Sane.
I'm not outside. You didn't use office. Omar Sane.
Omar Sane. There were some who were outside who did not come to the office. This special ops, the officer commanding, who was he reporting to?
Sen ñooñu nga xam ne ñooy special operations ñooñu ki leen jiite woon moom itamit ci ron kan la nekkoon?
Ci ron Director General.
The Director General. Who was the Director General at the time?
Jamono boobu kan moo nekkoon Director General?
Yankuba Baji. Good. As far as you know,
comme yow fi nga xam ne fa la sa xam-xam tollu.
Mr. Witness, you are under oath.
Seede bi da nga waat.
have an obligation to speak the truth. Special operations in the NIA.
Special operations ci NIA fofu.
What does it mean?
Lan la teki?
What did it represent? What did it stand for at the NIA?
Mom lan moy taxawayam fofu ci NIA. Motay mom.
In essence, what is Special Operations Unit?
Buñ special operation lan la?
Make us understand what that unit is.
Dañ bëgg xam fan bobu nekk ci NIA ñu ko special operation mom lan la teki?
To my own understanding, it was we only do special operations that are ordered to do.
By my understanding, I think we were there to do special operations that we were ordered to do. Mr. Witness, you speaking in, you're supposed to be speaking in. I apologize. I apologize.
Office bi ñun liggéey bi ñu dé santé rek liggéey yi nga xamné la duñ ko dé santé kenn.
I believe our office, what we do is those assignments that are only delegated to us and us alone and not any other person. And what type of operations would those be?
Most of the time daf dé nek liggéey yi nga xamné tamit daf dé joggé ci kaw rek suñ aussi dafa dem ci DG ñew ci ñu liggéey bo xamné dafa joggé maybe from the president.
Most of the time our assignments come from the top. Our OC would go to the DG and get instructions, and probably those instructions too must have come from the president. Why do you think that?
Because ñun doon dugalantel ñep ak ñun daan jël yépp tamit so xolé ñoma president bi ñoo doy jëflanté.
The people that we were dealing with and the people that we were picking up, most of the time are people who had differences with the president. Most of them. This unit, tell us about its work arrangements.
Bunte bobu wax ñu seen liggéey mom naka lañ ko dé tëralé.
What time do they come to work?
Ban waxtu lañu liggéey ci?
What times do they carry out their operations?
Ban waxtu lañu def seen liggéey yi ñu wara def?
Ñun mom sun office bo man time bu ma fa posé.
The time that I was posted there,
dama dan téla ñu trop.
I usually came very early.
Dama dan from Busumbala ma ñew Banjul pala julé fajar sa most of the time.
I travel from Sumbala to Banjul, and most of the time that is where I usually did my morning prayers.
Dama dan téla job because ma ngi togon am job after bu ma amé job bi pour ñu post ma special ops ma ngi jël liggéey bi tamit ma fanko ko bu ko dé dama lay téla téla ega fofu man ma dan ñëk ega ci office bi fofu non.
I usually wake up early and get to work. Most of the times I'm usually the first person because for a long time I did not have a job. So when I secured this job, I took it very seriously. When I come there, it's the women I find who are doing the cleaning, and those are the ones I usually find in the office. It got to a point where even my colleagues said to me that you are usually early.
Because most of the time,
most of the time?
Because man maa ngi ñëw es waaye ñoom dañu ne ma every time yow doon dee teel a ñëw te ñun time bi ngaa ñëw ñun duñ ñëw time boobu ñun doon dee teel a doon dee guddee fii nii.
I just came in.
suñ guddee fii duñ dee mën a teel a ñëw liggéey si. ñu nga di ñëw ay boori 10 ou ay boori 11.
Okay, I come earlier, so my colleagues said that they noticed that and they said that they made it known to me that I used to come early. But for them, they could not come early because they used to stay longer in work, so they come only around 10. Is it the case, or was it the case that special operations did their work mostly in the evening?
Ndax noonu la daan demee ne bunta boobu special operation seen liggéey li ci ëpp yëpp dañ ko daan faral di def guddi.
Well, no, sometimes du nekk guddi sax waaye mën naa nekk ñu dem bay wàcca rek ñu nañu liggéey. Su ko defee dañu fa nekk beneen dañ fa nekk beneen 4 or 5 hours or something like that.
It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily in the night, but sometimes we will be there until closing time, and then we will be given an assignment, and that may mean spending an extra 5 hours or so. And sometimes also we will go home and then be recalled back to report.
And as such, your unit, it was normal for the staff to come to work around 10, 11 in the morning.
Bon dal dafa melni yeen seen bunta bobu ngeen doon liggéey jaadu na pour ñu tok ba fukki waxtu wala fukki waxtu ben ñu soga liggéey ci.
Ñun mom fofu non time liggéey mom on your own time la.
As for us there, you come to work at your own time.
Did the ordinary rules apply to the staff of the special ops unit?
Ndax loolu nga xamne mo dox nonu ndax dafa umba ñi nga xamne yeb ñoo nekk di liggéey ci ron special operations
comme sarta yi nekk ci office bi sarta yi fa nekk pour ñi liggéey ñep ndax sarta yooyu tam dañ ko daan tek ñi liggéey special ops comme manam so ñëwee suba nga sign book ne liggéey ci nga waxtu sangam ak yooyu.
No, ñun mom man dama daan ñëw suma ñëwee ma sign, but after ma gis ne suma boy dundee sign ba pare even dem na bed up to a time the security who is responsible of that book mu nekk chief security bu nekk foofu noonu sax daf daan complain lu demee noonu ne ñu dundee sign because you don't come on time.
Initially, when I came, I usually signed, but after some time, I stopped because I realized that my colleagues were not signing. It got to a point where even the chief security officer, they have made a complaint that we were not signing.
Special operations, were they treated the same way with people in other units?
Ndax special operation bobu nga xamne yeen fan bobu ngeen doon liggéey ndax emale nañ leen ak ñi nga xamne ñu leen dé jëflanté ak ñeneen ñi nga xamne ñu ngi liggéey fofu té nekkon ci seen bunta bobu.
Understand what you mean emale?
I don't understand what you meant by equally.
Are the staff or were the staff in special operations treated the same way as the staff in analysis or the staff in religious affairs and things like that? Were they treated the same way?
Yen seen fan bobu ni nga xamne non lañ daan jëflanté ak yeen ndax ci ben anam bobu la ñoo jëflanté ak yeneen liggéey kat yi nekk ci yeneen bunta yi nga xamne ngi fofu NIA.
No, yeneen bunta yi moom xamul fa nekk moom definitely. ñu xamul nu ñu traité but ñun moom suñu office moom we are well taken care of.
I don't know about other units.
We do our own things on our own time.
But as for our unit, we were well taken care of, and we were allowed to do our own things at our own time.
Were you viewed as special by the NIA?
Ndax yeen wa NIA dañ leen daan gisee ñoo xam ne daal dañ leen berdi ak ñeneen ñi.
Ñun moom dañu gisee spécial because ñun suñu daan génn sax nit ñi dem di NIA officers si seen bopp dañuy dem ne boo yéen a ngee demaat alkataale ko tenke suñu dee génn sax everybody look at us.
Yes, we were.
Suñu dugal suñu génn si lu nekk dañu dee xool.
We were treated special because even when we are going out or coming in, people were always staring at us, and some of them will even make comments and say things like, "You are going again."
Why was that the case?
Lu taxoon loolu daan xew.
xam ne ñun suñu génnee rek ñu ngi si liggéey ñun suñu génnee rek liggéey la liggéey bi nga xam ne liggéey boo xam ne NTK la kenn warta xam naka la fa taajoo.
When we go out, they know that we are out on work, and they know it's NTK, and nobody knows how to explain that.
What is NTK?
Luy NTK?
mooy loo xam ne kenn warta xam ñun rek ñoo war a xam.
That is something which no other person should know, only us.
NTK would stand for need to know.
Yes.
Right. But your activities, did it instill fear at the NIA?
Yéen seen yëngu yooyu ngeen dee def ndax dinay dugal raklu foofu ca NIA.
dëgg la kañ ñun moom.
Yes.
suñu liggéey moom daf dee tiital ñu bari sax. gars yi duñ dee xam ñun ci lu nekk ba pare duñ dee gis suñ activities yi up and down so dañ dee toog di gossip suñ affaire di wax ni gaa yaa ngi si lii gaa yaa ngi si lii duñ xam sax ba dañu dee bàyyi xel bu baax daal.
Yes, it scares people because they don't know what we are up to. They only see us going in and coming out, and they usually gossip about us.
Was it the mystery of what you're up to that instilled fear, or was it the activities, the seriousness of the activities you were involved in?
ndax loolu nga xam ne moom ngeen daan def ñàkk xam gi nga xam ne nit ñi xamuñ woon lan la umba moo daan tax ba nit ñi daan ragal seen mbir wala façon yëngu yi nga xam ne moom ngeen doon def moo taxoon ba indi raglu foofu ca liggéeykat yi.
dëgg na sérieux si liggéey bi la moo tax.
I think it's the seriousness of the work we do.
And what aspect of your work instilled fear on the part of other operatives in the premises, the NIA?
ban fànn ci seen wàllu liggéey bi moo dee indi raklu ci ñeneen ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi liggéey ci yeneen bunta yi nekk foofu ci NIA.
because ñun suñ dee génn ñu ngi génn suñ moto.
When we are going out, we usually left with our vehicles.
suñ moto bi is tinted kenn du xam lu si nekk.
Our vehicle is having tinted glass. Nobody knows what is in there.
te duñ dugg si beneen office duñ dem analysis duñ dem beneen office toog di waxtaan o di naan ataaya yooyu noonu.
We don't go to any office. We don't go to analysis or any other office to sit with our colleagues and brew attire or anything else, or even chat with them.
ñu ngi toog suñ side ñu ngi def suñ liggéey daal.
We are secluded. We are only at our area and doing our work.
That by itself would not instill fear on anyone.
loolu rek ci boppam day mënta indi raglu ci kenn.
waaw xam nga fii moom nit ñi suñ la gisee yaa ngi dugga di génn te xamul si loo nekk te ñu teg ni yaa ngi garaaw fekkate yow sax yaa ngi def sa liggéey yow xamuloo naka la ko taajoo.
You know, when people see you going up and down and they don't know what you are up to, sometimes they just assume that you are dangerous or something like that.
Mr. C, isn't not really the brutality with which people who come to the special ops were treated, which actually instilled fear, and not the fact that people just see them going up and down?
ndax nekkut ne nag toroxtaane bi nga xam ne moom lañ dee teg ci kaw nit ñi dee ñëw foofu ci seen fànn boobu moo dee tax nit ñi di tiit di ragal seen mbir waaye nekkut ne liggéey yi nga xam ne moom ngeen di def la.
Exactly loolu la because sometimes gars yi dégg ay yuuxu foofu noonu.
Exactly.
Because most of the time duñ dee bëgg a def yooyu bëccëg bi waaye am na ñoo xam ni foog ñu understand nga si bëccëg bi noonu so loolu tamit su ko gars yi déggee gars yi duñ dee nii di wax duñ xam naka la fa taajoo so yooyu yëpp daf dee ragal loolu nit ñi sax pour ñu ñëw seen environment.
Exactly, that is it. Sometimes they hear screams from our end, and sometimes we don't even want to do things in the daytime, but in some occasions we have to do that. And so when they hear these screams, they are perplexed. They don't know what is really happening.
Isn't that in fact the reason why whenever your team set out to go on an operations, they tell you Alberta Lekotenke?
ndax loolu rek sax warut a tax ba yéen seen kuréel googu saa yi luñ jógee pour génn pour defe seen liggéey rek ñu ne leen ah yéen a ngay demati de.
dëgg.
True.
And why would they say that?
lu tax ñuy wax loolu.
because am na ni ñun suñ génnee suñ dugga see mooy loolu noonu gars yi dañu dégg loo xam ne mooy loolu noonu foog ñu dégg ay ku ñëw
nañ laaka olof fi mu nekk ñun suñ dugga see gars yi xam nañ ne mooy loolu noonu mooy lan.
mooy ni mooy ne am na kun jëlee o am na kun isi o am na si ku lu nekk loo xam ni daal kenn du xam.
dinañ ko teg mbugal gu métti soo moytuwut.
waaw te soo motuwut dina ko fa kenn du ko gisati dina ko fa teg 2 days 3 days yoo xam ne kenn du xam kan a nekk si biir dañoo bëgg a xam kan la duñ mën a xam kan la.
Yes.
la gars yi di sa bori foofu rek.
When we go out and they know that we are up to something sinister, and when we come in, they will suspect that we may have someone who would be kept for 2 or 3 days, and because of they not knowing, that used to also add on to the mystery about us. But would you also agree that this screams, even adds to the mystery as to who that is or what is being done?
foog loone yuuxu yi nga xam ne sax nit ñaa ngi dégg muy bàyyee ko foofu ci seen bunta bi noonu loolu yokka na li nga xam ne tax na ba nit ñi di jaaxle di xalaat kan la doon ak lan lañ fa nekk di def.
Tell me whether I am wrong.
léegi wax ma mun naa juum.
Would you say that the Special Ops Unit was in fact the junglers of the NIA?
mun naa wax ne yéen seen bunta boobu ñoo wax Special Operations Unit nekkul ne mooy fànni jongla yi nekk foofu ca NIA.
You can say something like that. mun naa nekk.
It can be. Why do you agree with that?
lu tax nga ànd ci loolu.
Because ñun activity bi rek nañ la def ñun moom xam nga mooy loolu noonu.
This is the only activity that we do.
moom action bi rek.
ñun xamuñ mooy loolu noonu de.
waaw mooy ni ñun moom xam nga NIA bi gars yi dañoo ñëw.
wax ñu naka la fa taajoo.
naka la fa taajoo moo nekk gars yi di men saa dee different office la waaye ñun ñu ngi gis ne ñun suñu boy yi ñun moom all the time ñu ngi si action.
The men are there
si action ñun action yi gars yi dee lii nii ñun yooyu nañ dee def mooy nekk ñoo dee dem jëli nit yi ñu waaw mission bu ñu dox daal mission boobu dama ko dee complice.
yéen a dee jëli nit ñi.
waaw
yéen a dee dóor nit ñi.
you beat people up. waaw gars yi dañ dee dóor moom.
They used to beat. Let me take that back and say it in English. Your unit would be the unit that would go out to carry out the arrest.
yéen seen bunta boobu yéen ay génn dem jàppi nit ñi indi.
waaw dafa nekk arrest yi nga xam ne dafa nit comme su nekkee koo xam ne dafa resist o mu nekk koo xam ne dañ am ni kii dafa garaaw or dafa something like that daal.
High profile.
These are
high profile arrests of persons we suspect will resist or are deemed to be dangerous.
IG, Inspector General, top officers, people
like the Inspector General and other top officials. And where beatings are to be expected. Who would carry out those operations?
So fekkee ne sentu nañ ne nag dóor dafa war a am ñan ñoo ko def.
waaw am nga su fekkee isi neen fa nit.
If at all they bring there a person.
waaw koo xam ni dafa moom neen soxloon ñu dem jëli ko isi ko.
Someone that we wanted and have picked him or her up.
ñoom dañoo duggaa moom si biir su aussi duggee moom si biir jël statement am oo jëm koo neexal wax mu bañ a wax.
They will take the person inside, the OC will go with the person and they try to obtain a statement from that person. If the person is not cooperating,
su ko defee dafa génn ñu ne booy ñu VIP treatment ko.
You will go out and tell the boys to give the individual a VIP treatment. What does VIP treatment mean in NIA language?
ci làkki NIA soo ne kii ñu ko def comme VIP loolu lum tekki.
VIP mun naa nekk ñu monkey dance la squad la yooyu noonu press over yooyu noonu.
could be
def na la loolu ba soona yow yaa ngi bañ su ko defee mun na laa tëddal lii la hosepipe bi génn.
They could be in the form of monkey dance, squatting, or press up, and if at all, even after all of that, you are still resisting, they may lay you on a table and use their hosepipes to lay you. What do you mean by to lay the person with hosepipes?
loo tekki ne mu ne dañoo tëddal borom ak hosepipe.
mooy tëddal si table.
They will lie you on a table
tëddal si suuf nii téye la.
or on the floor and hold you.
su OC génnee mu ne téye leen ko.
When the OC comes out, he tells them to hold him or her.
ñi téye sa loxo yi moo dóor gi.
They will hold your legs and your hands, and then the beating will start. And normally, who would be involved in the beating?
ñim daa faral di amee ñan ñoo dee bokk ci dóor yooyu.
dóor yi moom office bi man moom lu ma witness dóor yi ma fekkee.
The way the beatings are witnessed in the office.
suma office mun naa ne kenn rek laa musta gis mu dóor foofu noonu.
In my office, I can say there is only one person that I have seen not to have beaten before.
kenn rek laa musta gis moom all the time daf ma de advice since bu ma ñëwee foofu mu ne ma sëñ Bass bul bokk si lii nii.
He is the only person, because since I came there, he was advising me, telling me, Serin Bass, do not involve yourself in this.
And who is that person?
mu nekk
kooku mooy kan.
Aliou Soumaré,
Tamay aka Tamay.
aka Tamay.
moom all the time daf ma dee ne booy bul bokk si lii nii.
All the time he tells me, boy, don't get involved in this.
You've given us a number of names.
am na ay tur yoo ñu fi jox.
Lamin Dabo.
Lamin Dabo.
moo dee jiite dóor yi moom.
He leads the beating.
parce que kenn du dóor foofu noonu te mu jox la orders pour nga dóor.
Nobody does the beating without him giving you the order.
Because why is that the case? Why was that the case?
lan moo tax mu daan demee noonu.
parce que moom moo dee xam loo def ak kan moo ko jox autorité bi pour mu def loolu moom su ñëwee def lu moo def ba pare mënut a am lu mu bugg si yow su ko defee daf koo génnee si ment ñun ñu ngi toog suñu computer yi téye suñu we are sitting on our desks waiting.
He usually knows what you have done and who gives him the authority. So after
most of the time sax duñ dee xam luy xew sax.
after he does what he does, he comes and
dem éega yow wàccaa yow demate yow ñëwaate yow su demee ba si yàgga mu ne booy kii bëggut a wax toppatoo leen ko.
he was the one that usually will go upstairs and downstairs with the arrested person, and after some time he will come and tell the boys to deal with the individual.
You've mentioned two significant words or phrases.
su da nga fi ñaari
Two significant phrases.
yu am solo.
Toppatoo leen ko. That is, take care of him or her.
Yes.
Give him or her the VIP treatment.
Yes.
benn bi mooy wax ne toppatoo leen ko beneen bi mooy ngeen def ko li ñoo wax VIP treatment.
Are the two the same or are they different in terms of gradation of punishment?
ndax ñaar yooyu yëpp benn la wala ni ngeen leen di mbugalee dañ ëppante.
xam nga suñu ñëwee pour toppatoo la moom dañoo ñëw pour expérience la jëm laa neexal jëm laa expérience ni yow yaa def lii xam nga.
When we come to,
gisee ni yaa ngi bañ.
if it is taking care of you, we would come and try to talk to you nicely and tell you what your offense is and try to have it easy with you.
But what does talking to the person nicely entail? Does it include threats? Does it include
man su
lan la
nekkee
tekki bu dee wax nga ne dañoo wax ak yow ci waxin bu neex lum tekki daal da ngeen di tiital borom wala lan ngeen koo def.
man su nekkee man suma masque yi man dama laa expérience wala ni suma mag gi yow xam nga fii naka la fa taajoo it's better yow nga wax o nga explain. lu rek la si génn yi soo bañee wax nag fu mu nekk su la gaay téye fii dina la yërëm te understand nga.
If it is,
noonu laa jéem a raabee jéem laa expérience di la won ni lii moo fi nekk da ngaa wax su nekkee ku dëgër boppam nag ba gaay téye la bu moom di nga wax sax ba wax loo defut.
if it is someone like me, I'll usually come and tell you, my brother, you know, here it's better that you talk and explain what you know. Because if you don't, what will come after that is something that will make people pity you.
you may even say,
What
if
you have not
you
done.
don't stop, you would be beaten mercilessly, and to the extent that you may even say some of the things that you did not even do. That's what he said.
Most of the time man understand nga since moo ñëwee foofu noonu xamu woon ni sa loolu fa nekk.
When I newly came, I did not know that was what happens there.
After the more regret sax lu tax gars yi is ma si office boobu noonu.
Later on, I regretted why they even took me to that office.
Because mënuma understand suma baaj bi yëpp man kenn rek ñu génnee ma yóbbu ma foofu noonu special operation.
I could not understand why I was the only one in the entire batch, my batch, that was attached to that unit.
When you were in the army, what special training did you do?
ba nga nekkee ci wàllu army bi yoon façon ni jàng nga xam ne moom nga fa def.
Now some basic recruitment training, and then after my commando course, TGTT commandos.
I did my basic recruiting and then I did a commando course with the TGTT.
In which part of the army are these commandos generally taken to?
ci ban fànn ci wàllu soldat gi fa lañ dee faral di yóbbu commandos yi.
Commandos, understand me for that?
I don't understand it.
You trained together with a lot of other people who also became commandos like yourself,
Yes.
nga jàng nga fa ndoor ak ñu bari ñoo xam ne ñun tam ca mujjanteel ga ñëw nañ nekk commando comme yow.
Yes.
Where were those people deployed?
ñooñu fan lañ leen ebal pour ñu liggéey.
ñun buñ traîner suñ commando course yi ba pare dañu divide.
After
dañu waroon a nekk a base boo xam ne dañoo nekk special unit boo xam ni dañoo use rek when there is emergency but after côté ñu ne non fu ñu tasaare ñu dem SG ñi dem Yundum ñun ñu remain at Fajara am ñu dem training school am ñu dem Navy.
we were, after the completion of our training as commandos, we were supposed to be grouped together as a unit, which was to be used only in terms of emergency. But later, our senior officers decided against that policy, and so we were divided. Some went to the State Guard, some went to Yundum, some went to Fajara, some went to the Navy, others went to the training school.
I remained at Fajara Barracks.
Well, man said dama yóbbu Navy at the beginning. Silama benen koto génné fofu mu ne bus is from Banjul ki du mëna delu wat Banjul liggéey Navy.
I was
SG deployed Fajara Barracks.
I was deployed to the Navy initially, but one senior officer said no, bus is from Banjul, and that was so he cannot be taken back to Banjul. So that was where I was taken from the Navy and redeployed to Fajara.
But some of your colleagues, those who were in the same class with, where were they deployed?
ñene ci sa naataango yi nga xam ne yéen ñëpp a nekkoon benn classe bi ñooñu fan lañ leen yóbbu.
am na ñu yóbbu SG.
Some were taken to the
Yundum.
SG.
Farafenni rek nañ demul commando si.
Some were taken to Yundum.
Isn't it the case that most of them became junglers?
nekkul ne ñi ci ëpp yëpp ñoom dañ far mujjee nekk jongulas.
dëgg la.
Yes, that's true.
And tell us your classmates, your batchmates who became junglers.
wax ñu ñi nga bokkandooloon benn classe bi ñan ñoo ci nekk jongula.
Michael Jatta suma classe la.
Michael Jatta was my class.
Fansu Nyabali suma classe la.
Fansu Nyabali was my class.
Aliou Jeng suma classe la.
Aliou Jeng was my class.
Rambo suma classe la.
Rambo was my class.
Rambo, Mustafa Sane.
No, Rambo.
Which one?
Boy, partner Turambi. Rambo la hogaran OSG dal.
Rambo.
I forgot his name, but that was what he was called.
Rambo and who else?
ñu jàng ñoo ko nekkoon tuma waay Aliou Jeng Fansu Nyabali Michael Jatta boo yëpp suma classe ne 24 intake yu nekk si jong la si yëpp suma classe ne
all the members of the 24 intake are my class.
And your unit
léegi yow fànn boobu nga xam ne moom nga doon liggéey.
was also pretty much the junglers of the NIA. That's what you said.
dafa mel ni daanaka ñoom ñooy jongula si NIA yi.
Yes.
So you told us that you were feared. Your unit was feared in the NIA. Whenever you people went out, people would say, Albetale Kotenke, you going again.
wax nga ne yéen seen fànn boobu ngeen doon liggéey special operations boobu dañ leen ragaloon foofu ca NIA ba tax na ba saa yoo leen jógee di génn rek ñu ne leen yéen a ngay demati de.
Was there an expectation that whenever you guys went out, you would be doing something crazy?
ndax saa yu nekk dañ daan séntu ne jamono joo leen génnee rek di ngeen def loo xam ne daal lu doy waar lay doon.
noonu la ñuy gars yi daan gisee waaye nag most of the time du daan demee noonu sometimes dañ dee génn def suñu un def sax suñu génne dem uti ndéewa sax dañoo teg ne ñu ngi dem defi dara.
That was the perception, but sometimes that was not always the case. Even when we go out to buy breakfast, they have those thoughts in their minds.
We have received some evidence here, and some people have been mentioned quite a bit frequently. Amba Mansari Babukar Sala. These guys worked at special operations, correct?
am na ñoo xam ne daal wax nañ fi seeni seede tudda nañ fi ñii ay yoon Tamba Mansare Babukar Sala ndax ñooñu doon liggéey foofu special operations.
Yes, they worked there.
Because
I worked there for a long time, but I did not know these individuals because they weren't coming to the office.
Outside the float.
It was after 6 to 7 months that I came to know them. Behold, they were outside floating.
How about this person called Assassin? We also have information that he was part of special operation.
Naka waji nga xamne ñu ko wax assassin am nañ xibaar ne momi tamit bokkon na fofu special operation.
Otherwise known as for first real name is Lamin Senghor.
Te turam dega nak modi Lamin Senghor.
Lamin Senghor mom fekkuma ko fofu ci office bi.
I did not meet him at the office.
Bo ñew ci office 2005 Tamba la fa fekk ak Sala ñu wala fekk Lamin Senghor mom fekkuma ko way degon na ni mu ngi won fofu long time.
When I came to the office in 2005, I only met Tamba and Sala. At the time he had already left.
How about Alaji Mor?
Naka Alaji Mor nak?
Alaji Mor tamit fekkuma ko fofu non.
I did not meet him there too.
Now let's talk about some of the operations that you have participated. Let's talk about some of the operations.
Understand what bro?
I don't understand.
Tell us some of the operations. Operations special operations seen génn yi gaay di dem ak liggéey yi gaay di def nañ door di waxtaane ak yooyu benn yi nga xam ne fekkee nga ko. But let's start with, at the outset, what was your work? What was your role at special operations?
Ndor fega nak yow mi ci sa boppa lan moy won sa liggéey lan moy won sa taxawaay ci wàllu liggéey bi.
Man since bu ma posé foofu noonu dama ñëw ci office bi you introduce my men, see one money, everything is confidential.
When I newly came, I was introduced to the men and I was told that everything that happened inside there was confidential.
Most of the directives of the president.
And that most of the directives came from the president.
Special operation, we don't contract for a big man.
So it looked like we were there as special operatives for the big man.
Did you have any regular contact with the junglers?
No,
the special operations unit, I mean.
Yeen wa special operation unit ndax daan ngeen faral di joko ak ñi nga xamne ñoy junglers yi.
I was there for a long time, but I never knew that the junglers usually came there. But in the case of Jokoso, Abbas Jaju, that was when I saw them coming there in the night.
Because most of the time,
it was not like you were present in every operation. There were some operations which will be taking place while you were in the office but not aware of. And when it's time to close from work, you'll be asked to go home. And if they needed you for any other assignment later on, they'll ask you to stay back and wait. And if you went home also, if they needed you in the night, they will call you and ask you of your location, and they will come and pick you up.
You mentioned this was first operation in which you saw the junglers. Tell us about that operation.
Wax nga fi lu aju ci yëngu liggéey boo xam ne yaa ngi ko doon def fa nga njëkk a gisee junglers yi wax ñu booba naka la demee.
boobu moo nekk 419 na si ñoom kii nii intérêt Joko Sow bi.
That was the case of the 491ers, the case of Joko Sow.
419ers, he said.
419ers. Tapale nit ñi di leen nax ci la ay doomital wala dara ne la lii góor la o diamond la o yërëmee noonu o ne la dama jël xaalis ay keesi xaalis di la nax daal.
These were the fraudsters who would bring fake, we are dealing with fake diamonds, gold and money.
Yeah. The commission really is not interested in investigating fraudsters or 419ers as you call them.
Commission bi diga ñoom itelu len lool pour ñu def ay gëstu ci ñooñu nga oyé 419 ñu njublan yooyu.
Njublan ye tapalekat yi ñooñu du suñu soxla. But we interested in the human rights violations that were occasioned on all Gambians.
Li nga xamne mo ñu itel dal moy yaxa yelle fi nga xamne ñoy doom adama tem tegu won ci ñi képp ko xamne wa Gambia nga.
Including murderers, torturers, thieves, fraudsters, students, housewives, everybody whose rights were violated. That's what we are investigating. So tell us about these people, what happened between them and the NIA. These 419ers, as you call them. By the way, Mr. Chair, 419 is the section in the Nigerian Criminal Code for obtaining by false pretenses. It is the crime of advance fee fraud. That is what is in nowadays in street lingo called 419. Proceed, please.
Lead Counsel,
Lead Counsel, God has blessed me.
Operation where man fu ma gis human rights abuse moo nekk buttee ñoom intérêt boobu noonu ñu ñëwoon a foofu keesi xaalis yooyu noonu mooy ñoom Joko Sow boobu mu fekkee na case boobu yëpp foofu la ma fekka.
Tell us, God, about that operation and all the atrocities that happened against these people.
Wax ñu li nga xamne mo xewon ci li nga wax ni mbir yi ñoom Joko Sow ñooñu ak la nga xamne yépp mo fa xew ta warta am.
Waaw ñu doon talk after sun aussi Lamin Dabo mu ñëw ñu dafa am yena money tabulous.
We were sitting down. Later, our OC Lamin Dabo came and told us about some money doublers.
Coastal Road.
They were at the Coastal Road.
The team la way am na ñoo xamni ñu ngi wara ñew am na ko xamni ñu ngi ko wara pick ci airport bi am na information ne mu ngi ñew Gambia.
That they were a team and there was one that was to be picked from the airport, that they got information that he was traveling to the Gambia.
Am na ñu nekk Coastal Road.
There were some at the Coastal Road.
Before, after turntable, before the Sukuta traffic lights.
One was also at turntable before the Sukuta traffic lights.
One after the other, some pige key, more they watch a key, kitam watch a key, no name def.
So one after the other, when we pick one, the person will name another accomplice and we pick them one by one.
And tell us about that operation. Give us the full details as to what happened. Who went in that operation?
Legi wax ñu nak liggéey bobu noonu yépp yëngu bobu ngeen doon def ñan ñoo ci demoon ñana ci bokkoon.
Man maa ko woon.
I was there.
Man ma Alassane Balde.
Myself and Alassane Balde.
Jite mu fa woon Jibril Kanyi.
Jibril Kanyi was there.
Jibril Kanyi.
Jibril Kanyi.
Eko tamit mu fa woon.
Eko too was there.
Amay mu fa woon.
Amay was there.
We were the
ones that went and picked them up.
And by Tamayi, you are referring to Ali Sumare.
So na Tamayi kuku moy kunyo Ali Sumare.
Where did you go first?
Fan ngeen njëkka dem?
If I can recall,
think first person bu guy is a killer na something so.
First person they brought was someone with so name.
So la santa. Koku mo ñene kesi halisi say mako amé. Joko Sow.
He was the one who gave us the information that the money cases or suitcases were being handled by Joko Sow.
To call Joko Sow for ham location am.
And we were trying to negotiate with him.
Then after
and we called Joko Sow until he told us where he was, and we brought him in.
So when
So when we brought him in, we were asking him where he kept the money.
But momo waste time bi yep nek for di delay di wax ni no gisut halis jema dangal dal halis bi tana Abbas Jaaju momo halis bi way Abbas bu mu xamé ni ñu ko soxla.
But he was saying that he wasn't having
mistake. Astaghfirullah. Balama Abbas Jaaju ñen ñi ko apprehend.
It was a mistake. We first apprehended Abbas Jaaju.
Man ma Lamin Dabo.
Myself and Lamin Dabo.
Ali Moni Lamin Dabo mama call ne ma bas fo nek.
Lamin Dabo called me early morning and asked where I was.
I
told him I was in Busumbala.
Meet Airport Johnson.
He told me to meet at the Airport Johnson. When I came to the Airport Johnson, I found a vehicle there and I boarded. He told me there is someone that we need who is in Kotu.
Before Kotu Power Station.
Before the Kotu Power Station.
A story building on your left hand side.
The yellow story building by the left hand side. He said that was where Abbas Jaju's office was.
Does the building have a name?
I did not see any name.
What other offices are there in the
building?
When you pass the Elton before you get the Espas Motor.
That yellow story building.
Yellow story building.
Yeah. How long is the building? How high?
Building.
Maybe 3-story building, something like that.
After the Elton, this next building would be 6 stories.
Something like that. Yes.
Now Elton be good.
What is the shape of the building?
Triangle ni way dafa yaatu dafa taxaw ni ba pare yaatu.
It's spherical.
Spherical, something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
That must be the feature like building.
Exactly.
That's the place.
Okay. So you picked up somebody there.
Well, what is being modern brief?
But while we were in the vehicle, he was briefing me. He was telling me that Abbas Jaju is a friend to the DG. Now you go and talk to him and bring him. Let him not give you any excuse which will warrant him to escape. Make sure that he comes. He said he was going to park outside, but I will go inside. But once I set my eyes on Abbas Jaju, I must make sure that I bring him along.
Let me ask you, did you guys have a warrant for his arrest?
I
never saw anywhere where we were shown a warrant. It was not that he told me to arrest him. He said that I should invite him to the office.
But you were told that he must come.
Yes.
So didn't that mean that he had to come with you by force? Whether voluntarily or involuntarily? From what you know, was that in compliance with the law?
No, it was not in compliance with the law.
Okay. Tell us what happened after that.
So I got into the building and I asked the security, and he said Abbas has not yet reported to work, but he was coming very soon.
So fu ma génnee suma téléphone bi ring mu nekk Lamin Dabo mu call ma mu ne ma mu ngi noonu mu ngi dugg si moto mbaa nekk noonu.
So as I was coming out, I got a call on my telephone, and it was Lamin Dabo, and he told me, there he is, he's just coming in.
So ma bàyyi ko ba mu park ma dem fekk fu mu taxaw bala mu wàccee si moto bi man tamit ma wéef ko mu wàccee weeram bi mu ne ko dama la soxla.
So I followed him and to where he parked his vehicle, and before he could alight, I waved at him, and he wind down his car glass, and I told him, I want to talk to you. And when I realized that the door of the vehicle was not locked, I opened the door and went into the vehicle. That was where I told him, we need you at our office.
Did you identify yourself?
Yes.
I'm
from the office of the president.
Yes, I showed him my warrant card and told him that I was from the office of the president.
That statement is usually your cover, isn't it? You are from the office of the president. It feels like you are innocuous, harmless civil servant who was sent to just come and deliver a letter.
Office of President.
Office of the president, that's the address.
But if you look at it also, that is what contained in our warrant, office of the president.
So after mu comply mu office mu special operation.
When I showed him that, he complied and asked me which office. I told him special ops, and that was when he laughed. At the time he was speaking on the telephone.
But eventually you went to the NIA.
Before we left, he was speaking on telephone with his wife. The telephone was on Bluetooth and was on loudspeaker, so I could hear him speak to his wife, telling his wife that the DG needed him. The wife said to him, if the DG were a woman, I would have accused you, or I would have said that she is your girlfriend. And Lamin Dabo told me that he was a friend to the DG. And I heard that again inside the vehicle.
Like I said, we're not investigating these people.
Yes.
What we are investigating is their rights which were violated. Okay, we are not investigating them. We are investigating you for how you treated them.
Yes,
so let that be our main focus.
ñu nekkul na ñoom ci seen bopp la ñu gëstu seen mbir yéen la ñu gëstu seen mbir ci anam yi nga xam ne yaaxa ngeen ñooñu seen yelleef.
ni la ko traité ñu dem Banjul straight.
I treated him like this and we went straight to Banjul.
bu ñu demee si security su ñëwee foofu dañ dee jël sa téléphone jël sa everything.
When we got to the security, usually when you come in, they take your telephone and everything.
bàyyi ko si security si ñu duggaa yow si biir.
And you leave them with the security, and then they go inside with you.
wante moom bu ma ñëwee saa yi wala maa wàccaa moom si moto bi Lamin Dabo koolaan ma mu ne ma téléphone am bi jël ko bu ko bàyyi si security si.
So when we came, even before we disembarked from the vehicle, Lamin Dabo called me and told me to take his telephone and not to leave it with the security.
noonu laa jëlee téléphone am bi.
That was how I took his telephones.
ma escort ko suñu office.
And I escorted him to our office.
And of course, the investigation started, as you said. And other people were subsequently arrested. Before the second arrest, did your office do anything to Mr. Jaju?
No.
The whole day because Mugi one side Lamin Dabo and DG
was there for the whole day. In fact, the rest of us did not know what was happening. He was on the side of Lamin Dabo and the DG.
When did the situation change?
That was when it was closing time. That That was when we were asked to go and pick up the other person whose surname is So and whose name I have forgotten. I think that was the individual that Abbas gave the materials to.
What materials are you talking about?
Yan bagas nga wax nonu?
Ali halis la, a counterfeit, 6 boxy wenyi.
These are 6 iron boxes of counterfeit money.
Counterfeit.
False money, you mean?
Yes.
Halis yu baaxut nga wax.
Waaye luñu wax moy halis bu baax la.
What they told us, it was genuine money.
Halis bu bari la, halis bu baax la, loolu lañu lay wax.
They told us that it was a lot of money and it was proper legal tender. That was what we were made to believe.
And what happened?
So tamit nekete mom jox nako joko sow.
So when we picked So, behold, So had passed on these materials to Joko So.
After tamit bu ñu génné ko ci pour Sow wax fan la Joko Sow nekk ak xaalis boobu rek was a problem mom jot nañ ko fa dóor.
It was difficult for Saul to tell us where Joko So was and where the money was. It was difficult, and that led to him being beaten.
These are the things we're interested in. Whatever it is that Saul must have done or may have done, he has rights. So tell us how Saul was treated.
When we asked him where the things were, he was not prepared to talk.
And he was not complying.
And he was not complying. He was not prepared to tell us where these materials were.
After Lamin Dabo VIP.
So when Lamin Dabo brought him, he told us to give him the VIP treatment.
So we the monkey dance, squat,
we started having him to do the monkey dance and to do squatting. He did it for some time and then he said he was tired, he could not continue. And he sat down.
Press up.
And we asked him to do some press up.
Press up.
I hope in your case it's not just to get some physical exercise, as we were told the other day.
Do the press up. You mom nekkul ne rek dafa def pour tagat yaramam de.
No, lolu gën du tagat yaram sax.
It was not for
force la by force.
It was not for physical exercise. It was for
forceful torture.
Well, something like that. Wow. So ni la fa tajo after sinen ko stretch.
That was the way things are, but later we stretched him.
What do you mean by you stretched him?
We stretched him, some held his feet, others held his hands, and we beat him up.
With what?
Hose pipe.
With hose pipes.
Who was beating?
Lamin
Dabo started the beating. Balde was beaten.
With Balde?
Alasan.
How about Echo?
Echo nak?
Echo too was beaten.
How about Jibril Kanyi?
Jibril Kanyi na?
No, G
did not beat him there.
But he beat him elsewhere.
Yes,
and then after I beat him.
How about Ali Sumare?
Ali Sumare na?
Tama did not touch.
How about, okay, Omar Sani was not there. How about Tamba Masare?
Nakatamba Masare?
He was not there.
Sala?
He wasn't there.
So for how long was this guy so beaten?
So during in ban apology?
Maybe 15-20 minutes.
Between 15 and 20 minutes.
Because
because that was not the place of beating. Our office was not.
We have our desks and our computers. Our kettle is like an office.
Our place looked like a proper office. We have our desks, our computers, and our kettle.
I'm cabinet.
You get inside the sitting room and then the main room.
You see, salary the secretary job come statement here.
We were in the first room doing secretarial work, taking statements and things like that.
But drill si mom site Lamin Dabo la si cabinet bi.
But the drill is Lamin Dabo's area, which is the inner room.
Drills would suggest exercise.
Yes.
Wow, so
yes, inside the inner room.
The beating was also part of drills?
No,
What is the drills I'm talking about?
You call them drills.
Well,
So the drill room would be inside Lamin Dabo's office.
Fufu la de dore. Waaye fufu yëpp du place yi dore kay. Ñoom suñ la bëggee handle properly, they take you to invest.
That is where it begins, but that is not the proper place for this type of things. If they wanted to deal with you properly, they will take you to invest.
It's next to all offices. Everybody will know what is happening.
Because that place is close to other offices and everybody will know what is happening.
So no was gonna invest for how quiet is close to the seaside.
But if they take you to the invest, that place is a lot quieter and close to the seaside.
Open, they have everything there.
And it's open, they have everything.
What do you mean by everything?
So ne lu nekk lañ fa am lu mu tekki.
Everything moo nekk yaa ngi am ample space. Boo xam ne garage yaa ngi fa su la neexee doon laa génnee si état bi kenn du la gis sax.
There is
dugal la si biir.
ample space with Bahama grass. If there is a need, they can bring it to the veranda. No one will see you.
And how about the torture implements, the tools? Do they have them there too?
Naka jumtuwaay yi nga xam ne moom lañ leen dee mbugalee nag ndax yooyu tam nga fa.
Waaw am na jumtuwaay yu ma dégg fii si télé bi waaye man moom dégg musuma faa gis benn jumtuwaay su passé pour ni bagage yi pour dóor nit la. Non musuma ko faa gis foofu suñ fa waree dóor nit booy ñoo dee dem ñu improvise uti ay banta ñi uti ay hosepipe ñi dem uti leneen wala pour ni doon fa am ay bagage yoo xam ni pour dóor rek la. No,
some torture equipment have been mentioned over television, which, truly speaking, I have not set my eyes on. When it comes to beating, the boys will improvise. Some will go and get sticks, others will use hose pipes. But those things that have been talked about, I have never set my eyes on them.
I have known investment is a big hall. We have to paint all red.
But I know that invest is a big hall which is painted red. Now I also saw a little pump there. There were also clips on the wall. I saw those in invest.
How about the torture table, the iron table?
Naka table weñ bi nga xamné
I did not find it there. Perhaps before I came they had already removed it.
It was removed in 2017.
From 2017 ci lañ ko fa génné.
How could you have missed it?
Bon naka nga fexé ba do ko fa fekk.
Du nan dem invest.
We never went to invest.
Invest mom ñu fa daan dem moy ñun sun amé mata bo xamni daf ñu disturb.
If we had a matter that was disturbing us, or we could not get anything out of our detainee, our captive.
Then they will make their own arrangement. You said then the junglers will come.
They will make their arrangement and select 2 individuals who come in the night, and then the junglers too will come. In fact, they will not tell you there. They will wait until when you go home, and then they will call you in the night and ask you to report back to work.
First day you call me
the first day I was called in the night was that case.
Because most of the time, the modern buga police operation is because so we had a stars like the feeding you were ready to do subhanallah. So modern buga bole.
Initially, they never wanted to get me involved in those operations.
But
one day,
come to the question. Why stars be the door?
No.
You don't take a ball. When the stars began to do the beatings, they started involving them. Is it?
After Busmo boy knew for guy gisma, junglers nyabali mama nyeka off bus.
When my boys came there, the junglers, Nyabali was the one. Nyabali was the one that told me.
I don't am confidence in man Lamin Dabo.
And called me. That was when Lamin Dabo started to have confidence in me. And that night he called me. He asked me, where are you? And I told him I was in Busumbala, and he said that we should meet at the airport junction.
It was now accepted that you are part of the creed. You are one of the dangerous guys.
Not yet.
I was not involved.
Didn't know soldier bus. ñu ne ok kii moom kon mun nañ koo lii nii mun nañ koo trust fu mu nekk.
It was when the soldiers came there and began calling out my name. That was when they said, well,
he realized that you were part of the dangerous guys.
Because I was trained as a commando, but does not mean I'm dangerous. I know my drills. Yeah, I'm not confidence I think
it's the confidence they have that I will be able to execute what they would expect me to do.
Mr. Chair, I guess it's time for the first break. And may I warn the NIA or whosoever is out there not to call the witness and not to try to tamper with the witness. The witness is under oath. He's a witness of the commission. He's here testifying. Let nobody attempt to try to call the witness to try to interfere with him. If that happens, the commission would take it very, very seriously and the necessary consequences would follow. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. But perhaps maybe, Mr. Chair, I would take this step and ask that the witness turns off his phone and surrender it to the commission until he finishes, until he is discharged. Thank you.
Good morning. At this time, Council, we will resume at 12:05.
Mr. Chair, my request. Do you accept? Do you endorse my request?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Please go ahead. Thank you very much. Meeting is adjourned.
Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive money...
Guest House. Yafatus Guest House. dama ne jox leen ma seen noppa yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafanya nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir Yafatus Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy c'est ko self container
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéenay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a togga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal togga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag aman lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant 24 hours amuñ si loolu rek njëg bi yomb ba bëgg a dee
fu ñu nekk nag neex a xam ba bëgg a dee si gannaaw gaaraas si base bi foofu sa Farafanya lu néew rek ngay dox am si marché bi jënd loo bëgg delluwaat sa kër ak Yafatus Guest House mun nga noo jokkoo ñun si 790 1355
35 30 489
email si ombay7843@gmail.com si Yafatus Guest House so leen fa demee dinañ leen jox customer care service bu baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee Yafatus Guest House lii leen amal yéen ñuy dem Farafanya saay bo leen tëddee nelaw leen ndaxte Yafatus Guest House génne na seen coono bi yëpp fii si biir dëkk bi
Yafatus Guest House
dama ne jox leen ma seen noppa yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafanya nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir Yafatus Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy c'est ko self container
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen ay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a tooga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal tooga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag amal lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant 24 hours amuñ si loolu rek njëg bi yomb ba bëgg a dee
fu ñu nekk nag neex a xam ba bëgg a dee si gannaaw gaaraas si base bi foofu sa Farafenni lu néew rek ngay dox am si marché bi jënd loo bëgg delluwaat sa kër ak Yaa Faatu's Guest House mun nga noo jokkoo ñun si 790 1355
35 30 489
email si ombay7843@gmail.com si Yaa Faatu's Guest House so leen fa demee dinañ leen jox customer care service bu baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee Yaa Faatu's Guest House